Is there some reason that my coffee isn't here? Has she died or something? Don't be ridiculous. Everybody wants this. Everybody wants to be us. By all means, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me. Details of your incompetence do not interest me. Truth is, no one can do what I do.
Why are you rehearsing lines from The Devil Wears Prada?
Oh, I'm bringing Miranda energy to the show today to help our listeners self advocate.
Welcome to the Career Corrective, your career lifeline that gives you laugh lines with Jenny and Allie.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Today, Jenny, it's our finale.
This is it?
This is it.
So our listeners are going to get out there and self advocate?
Yes, we want you all to go out there, get your dreams accomplished at work by standing up for what you know you really want. And that's what this episode is all about.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Before we dive in, though, I thought we could play a little game.
Okay. I love games.
I created us our own little Food Network Chopped.
Ooh, okay.
I'm sure that everyone knows what Chopped is, but can you give them a description just in case someone hasn't seen it?
Yeah. Basically, they give you ingredients and then you've got to create a meal or dish based on those crazy ingredients, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just sent over to you a list of ingredients. I haven't looked at these
Okay.
yet.
All right.
Let's pretend we're having a get together where we serve apps, maybe.
Yeah. Love. Okay.
I'll
Great.
let you put me in the hot seat first, since
Okay.
this was my probably terrible idea.
It's not. I love this. Okay. Let me just pull this up. All right. Okay. We got tomatoes.
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 Okay. We're doing apps. I'm going to say it's a summer season if I'm doing tomatoes.
Right.
I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm going to do caprese skewers.
Ooh, that's even better.
You know what? Let's get crazy. I'm going to use all the different colors: purple,
I was
yellow.
just gonna say, can we make it colorful? Let's get those
Yes.
tomatoes going.
I'm going to slice them in half, put some salt and pepper on those. Then I'm going to get fresh mozzarella and basil. And then I'm going to alternate them on skewers. For the big finish, I'm going to drizzle some balsamic glaze over the top.
Please, I was hoping.
But what's my drink with this? Let me think. It's not in my chopped basket. I'm going outside. I'm going into the chopped
You
kitchen now
really
for this.
are. You really are.
My mocktail is going to be seltzer or Pellegrino, some sort of fizzy water.
Yes. Okay.
Fresh lime and
Ooh.
a touch of cran raspberry. That's my mocktail.
Oh, that's fun.
And then for my cocktail, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to do a prosecco.
I was so hoping you'd say prosecco.
If you want to put just a little blip of Chambord in there, you can, but you don't need it.
You know, French martini is one of my favorite drinks, right?
Yes.
So good. Anything with raspberry.
Delicious.
So delicious. So delicious.
Okay. Your first one is giving you a meatball right down the center. A meatball right down the center of the plate.
People. Okay.
But it's not a meatball. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Cheese.
Oh my goodness. So much you can do with cheese. I'm going to do a cheesy stuffed mushroom.
Mm.
Going to take some mushrooms, remove the top. Going to
Yeah.
fill it with cream cheese, parmesan, a little parmigiana, and some herbs. Bake them and then hit it with the broiler just for a couple minutes.
I love that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I went to a party one time and the person took boars and cheese and put them in mushrooms and baked them. Simple, simple.
Yeah, I love it. The next one, ooh, you'll like this one. Avocados.
Avocados. Well, guacamole.
What are you going to put in the guac?
What season am I in? I have to know what season. Where am I? What's the weather?
It's balmy outside. There is a slight breeze, a little bit of a breeze, but yeah.
Oh,
We're
okay. I'm going to do a mango guac then.
Oh, okay.
Red onion, lime, salt, pepper, garlic, mango.
Okay.
Chips on the side. Let the avocado be the star it is. You ready for your next one? Chicken.
Okay. I'm going. This is super easy and one of my favorites. I'm making a buffalo chicken dip.
I knew it. I knew you were going to.
You really did?
If there's a way to get buffalo sauce into your menu, it's always going to happen.
Yeah, I know. It's just going to be
delicious.
It is delicious. It's creamy. We're doing shredded chicken,
Mhm.
hot sauce, cream cheese, all the other cheeses, green onions to garnish it,
Love it.
a little baguette,
Yes.
tortilla chips with it, and celery, carrots.
Love it. Love it.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, yours is bread.
Oh, my favorite food.
Same.
Let me think. I'm going to use a baguette, slice it. It's going to be nice and fresh, so it doesn't need to be toasted.
Okay.
I'm going to do a simple spread, goat cheese, and then on the side, picture it on the left is going to be
Yeah.
olive tapenade, and on the
Okay.
other side is going to be a fig jam. You choose your own adventure as to what you want to put on there.
That sounds so delicious.
Ready for your next one?
Yeah.
It's weird.
What is it? Fish roe?
Well,
Liver?
I just Googled a list of shopping list ingredients. That's how I got this list. The science that went into it, it's called Google. I apologize for this. It wasn't mine. And I didn't want to look at it. I just copy paste, put it in there.
Okay.
So you're having an apps party and you have to use eggs.
Oh, eggs?
Yeah.
And we're doing apps?
Yes.
Easy. Deviled eggs.
I know. After I thought.
I love it.
Do you have any special, or do you just keep it classic?
Okay. So there's a couple ways we can go with these. You could do the classic one, mayo, mustard mixture, but I like to do mayo, mustard, and a little horseradish. A little
Wow.
horseradish sauce. Yeah. Or my other version is mayo, mustard, and then
Okay.
put a little relish in there.
Nice. What's next for me?
Potatoes.
Potatoes for an appetizer?
Yeah.
Everyone knows potatoes are in the main event.
We're doing it app style.
Okay. Since this is a game, I'm going to pretend I know how to do this and I don't. But I would make homemade potato chips theoretically and French onion dip
Ooh.
or an herbed dip.
I was thinking maybe you could put them in the air fryer.
That is a wonderful idea. However, my air fryer is small, so I'd have to limit the number of chips each person could have. And I think that might ruin the vibe of the party. One chip per person.
Marge, I noticed you reaching for a second chip. Check yourself.
Oh, the fun we'd have at that party.
It sounds like a blast. You go over and smack it out of her hand. What did I tell you before? One chip. There's no self-awareness. There's other people at this party. I know you're self-advocating for you to have all the chips, but she's not invited to any more parties.
I could solve it by buying potato chips, but that just
No.
seems too easy.
It's too easy.
I want to make it really stressful and complicated. That's how I like my
Yeah.
parties.
Yeah. And it weeds people out, you know?
You're off the list.
That's it. Forget coming to our Christmas soiree.
Or karaoke that we're going to do for New Year's.
You're out.
If you wanted to do Islands in the Stream with Tom, it's not going to happen.
You do that on your own time.
With your own chips.
And your own mic. Get out of here. What's my next one?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Shrimp.
Oh my goodness. What can I do with shrimp? Shrimp scampi, shrimp dumplings, shrimp lettuce wraps, grilled shrimp skewers.
But where would you land? Which one would you choose?
I've been really into bang bang shrimp. I'm going to bread it, I'm going to fry it up, and I'm going to toss it in spicy mayo. I'm going to get veggies to go with it on the side. What about mini bang bang shrimp tacos? How do you feel about that?
I love all your ideas. If it were a real party, which this is not because I don't know how to make potato chips, and that was my last answer.
Yeah.
Doing a fried item for parties makes me overwhelmed. I like to do things I can prep ahead. I'm a set it and forget it girly.
Yeah. Plus, if we're using your air fryer, I would probably only be able to do 1 or 2 shrimps, right?
The vibe of this party, I mean, I want to go. Got to stand in line. It's like what people complain about when there's a festival. I just stand in line for 8 hours and they kept running out of shrimp.
Yeah.
And they made one shrimp at a time.
They're big shrimp, though. Well, this party sounds awesome.
I can't wait.
So, yeah. Shall we dive in?
Yes.
All right. Going back to our fave from the last episode, Don. You know Don, right? Don Clifton?
Yes.
I love Don.
We must be his biggest fans.
5 stars for Don. Using your strengths to get clear on what you want as the first step in this process.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we could take it a step further and talk more about how to use your strengths to advocate for yourself at work. Yeah, let's do it. So the first one is know and communicate your strengths. Focus on your strengths instead of trying to fix your weakness. Try to clearly articulate what you're good at during team discussions or performance reviews. An example of that would be, one of my key strengths is strategic thinking. I'd love to take the lead on planning the next project to create a clear roadmap. You can also volunteer for tasks aligned with your strengths.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
One thing that could get you started is to give one, get one. What I mean by that is if you give a compliment to somebody else during your performance review or during the meeting, which I'm laughing because it seems a little bit strange, but it can make it feel more balanced. You might say, I've been learning a lot from you and other leaders here, even if you don't mean it.
Not really.
A lot of times when you're advocating for yourself, the fear is you're bringing attention onto yourself. So in this way, you're dividing the attention. You might say, I've been looking at great examples like this person and this person, and I've been working on honing my own abilities, streamlining processes, and then give an example. For example, last quarter, I reorganized our task tracker, which helped us reduce turnaround times by 15%. I'd love to expand this by leading a process improvement initiative. You give a compliment in some way that helps you gain your confidence, but come prepared with something that you've done in that space. Then you advocate for yourself, and then the ask is at the end.
Okay. All right. Yeah, just be prepared that you have to do it.
Wait, what do you mean?
You have to follow through.
Oh, great point, Jenny. And in last episode, we talked about how all of this is your actions aligning with what you're advocating for. So
Yes.
that is true for all of these.
Yes.
What's another one that you found
Okay.
in the Rockstar Don's book?
Don's. Set boundaries around your strengths. Your strengths thrive when focused. Overcommitting can dilute their impact. What you could do is politely say no to tasks that don't align with your strengths or role. You could say, I can contribute more effectively by focusing on areas where I'm able to add the most value, like team collaboration.
That's a great idea. This is hard to do. A way that you can get yourself started is to think of it as I'm saying no with a purpose. And the reason that step 1 and step 2 of this were so important, which we talked about in our prior episodes, is because that clarity of knowing what you're about, your brand, if you will, if you decide you're the analytics person or you're the streamlining processes person, it gives you your anchor and you base everything you do around that. And that's your laser focus for helping you know what you want to advocate for and what you don't. And that's why we went over that in such detail. So the purpose that you're saying no for is to make sacred that goal that you're going for, which is I'm establishing myself as insert whatever your focus is.
And it's staying true to yourself so that you preserve that.
Wonderful. Yes.
Yeah. Don talks about using your strengths to negotiate resources or support. You perform better when you're working with your strengths. An example would be my analytic strength helps me uncover trends in data. To enhance this, I'd like to explore training on advanced analytic tools. Frame it in a way that your needs can benefit the team. Having dedicated time to focus on the strategy, I can create plans that save the team time and execution.
Right. Save the team time and execution would be
Yeah.
the key piece. All of these examples that we're giving, of course, whatever your focus is, you just insert that as the example. This is just the idea of how to communicate it. And another way to request resources to amplify your strengths. And again, this is why the clarity that we talked about in prior episodes is crucial to this, because like Jenny said before, you're going to have to do these things, make sure that they're things that you actually do once. Now you're asking for resources. You definitely want to make good on asking it. I've been analyzing customer data trends. That's where I thrive. If we could invest in a new analytic tool, I'm confident it would help us uncover deeper insights for strategic decisions. So it's the formula of this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it, because it's my strength and I can add value. And then it will help us uncover deeper insights for strategic decisions translates to dollars. Anytime you can tell your boss that you're doing something because it's going to, in essence, make the company more money, they're going to most likely listen.
Yeah, I would say so. The next one is to turn feedback into strength-based advocacy. When receiving feedback, link it to your strengths and future potential. Yeah. You could say something like, I appreciate your feedback on my presentation. Public speaking isn't my natural strength, but I'd like to use my strengths in storytelling to improve.
You could even say, could we touch base in a month to review my progress? All of these things are advocating for yourself, but they're also feeding into what your manager wants to hear. And essentially, that's why we're going through them with you, because we've thought of for this episode, just giving you a little bit of insight in case it's useful for you and how you want to approach things too, is we always want to think about who is our audience. And when you're advocating for your strengths, if you make it about you, you're not going to get leadership to listen. If you make it about them, I'm going to make you look better by developing my presentation skills. Also, they could hear from what you're saying, you can pawn off some of your work on me because I can do, really nice presentations, and showing that you're going to step up and evolve. That's all things that they want to know from you. That's really keeping your audience in mind, and that will benefit your advocacy and get you a lot farther than just making it about you and your growth.
Right. Leadership really likes it when you make it about them.
They're all in the same position. They have to deliver results. So if you're showing ways you're going to make a measurable impact, framing your needs, framing what you're working on as something that's going to benefit the team and benefit them, you're reducing their stress level. Whether they're good or not good isn't going to change, but how you can use it to your advantage, since they're using those things to their advantage, may as well move the needle as much as you can while staying true to yourself.
That's right. Beautiful, Allie. All right, the next one is to align your career goals with your strengths. Advocate for growth opportunities that align with your talents. You could say, I enjoy mentoring because of my ability to build relationships and develop others. Could I take on more leadership roles in team training sessions?
It feeds right into all of what we just said. Also, if you are passionate about that, in this example, mentorship, you're going to go to work every day feeling so much more excited about what you're doing. You're also setting yourself up and adding to your resume. If you leave the company down the road that you can talk about in an interview, have you had any leadership experience? And then this adds to what you're able to say. So advocating for yourself simultaneously will improve how you feel about work, your job satisfaction. It will increase your visibility internally. So you might get promoted there if that's your goal. And it also feeds back into what the company wants. They want more people to grow and do more within the company, probably without paying them for it, but
Yeah.
but you're building up your resume if they are that type of culture to take with you those skills. That's when you win.
Next, we're going to turn weaknesses into collaboration opportunities. Acknowledge your weakness, but collaborate to cover gaps. You could pair up with team members whose strengths complement yours. You could say, hey, I'm not detail oriented, but I'm strong in brainstorming ideas. Can we divide the roles and play it to both of our strengths?
This is my favorite part of this book. People waste so much time conforming, fitting in, having to be everything. What a waste. Collaborate together, and you have to have some measure of capability in all areas. But why not focus on where you're good, collaborate? And then the beauty of that is you can learn a little bit from people who are strong in areas that complement yours as you're contributing in a way that is best for you. You're happier, building your confidence, and you're weaving in bit by bit things that they can do that you can't, and vice versa. It's also uplifting and inspiring to be able to share your strengths with others. They can learn from you. It takes putting ego aside, really wanting to do a good job, all the things that seem to be absent from a lot of companies. But when you can do this and truly collaborate together in a vulnerable way, hey, this isn't my strength, but I'm good over here, and they're comfortable enough and safe enough to say that, that's when you get the best results.
Honest, right? With who you are and what you can give.
Yes. The problem is that it takes a supportive team environment. It's hard to do this if you're in a totally cutthroat culture. Don't think I don't understand that. But any way you can move the needle for yourself, if you find anyone like-minded that you work with, I've seen this work so well. And I think it's so nice to learn and enhance your weaknesses kind of accidentally by being around someone who's strong in an area, who doesn't judge you for not being strong in that area because you're able to show your strengths, is really an inspiring and powerful way to improve.
I thought we could chat through the article that we found on
Yeah.
ways to advocate for yourself at work to see if it's helpful for our listeners. What do you think?
Love it.
All right. First, they talk about how to become your own CEO. How you can implement this is you can schedule monthly career check ins with yourself to assess your progress and set goals. Identify specific skills you want to improve and seek feedback from trusted colleagues or mentors. Then develop a plan that includes resources like courses, books, or networking events. The benefits of doing that is it encourages ownership of your growth. You build a proactive mindset, reducing reliance on others, and it helps you identify gaps and take actionable steps to address them.
Okay. In a perfect world, yes. If you want to take all of this on, it's going to keep getting pushed to the bottom of the list because you're someone, our wonderful listeners, who's going to be helping others, doing things that are best for them rather than yourself. So if you're really going to do this, I would say the next one where they talk about asking for feedback, maybe get an accountability partner, someone you trust for both, where you schedule check-ins with them just so they can keep you accountable to yourself.
I like that a lot.
All this planning, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, make a development plan. That's a lot. So we help people with this here and we know how difficult it can be. So if you're going to tackle this on your own, then I think an accountability partner, someone that you trust, it can be 15 minutes a month to keep on track, whatever you think you can spare. But if you plan it with somebody else, much more successful.
Successful. Yeah, that's really good. The next one they discuss is have a clear vision. You can write down your career goals for the next 1 to 3 or 5 years, but be specific. Share this version with your manager during performance reviews and ask for their input. Break down your vision into actionable steps and track your progress quarterly. The benefits of doing this would be it keeps you focused and motivated. It aligns your aspirations with organizational opportunities, and it increases manager engagement in your growth.
It's crucial to share it with your manager because holds them accountable. There's a lot of false promises. I see this for you and I see that for you, which never comes to fruition. You want to just make sure you go into that fully prepared with your facts straight and data to back it up. The reason I want to do this in 3 years, 5 years is because these are my strengths and these are examples. Once you get yourself armed and dangerous with that information, you share that with your manager. And then as the timelines for what they've promised, unfortunately, often enough aren't coming true, you have your record to argue that and further advocate for yourself.
Oh, I love that. Just holding them accountable.
Yeah. This is a two-way street.
That's right. That is right. All right. The next one is to link your contributions to results. So, how you can implement this is to regularly review company goals and initiatives through meeting notes or reports, document your contributions and their impact, share these results during reviews or team meetings, and tying them to broader company goals. The benefits of doing that, it shows leadership, how your work impacts the organization. It positions you as a strategic thinker, and it strengthens your case for raises or promotions.
That's perfect.
Okay. All right. We'll move on to the next one.
Yep.
Be specific and explicit about your accomplishments. Keep a weekly log of your achievements and contributions. Prepare a highlight reel for performance reviews with measurable outcomes. And practice articulating your successes confidently without waiting for recognition. The benefits of doing this ensures your contributions are noticed and valued. It builds confidence and self-promotion, and it helps leadership see your potential for future opportunities.
Yep. Just two things on this one. One is remember that little trick of give one, get one. It's hard for people who are genuine and empathetic, like you are amazing listeners, to do these kinds of things. So if it makes you feel more comfortable to start out this way, you can think of complimenting someone else. You can also use little intros that soften it a little bit. I really admired the work of so and so here, and in doing A, B, and C myself, I've been lucky enough to contribute in this way. Lucky enough to contribute just softens it a little bit, but it's allowing you the ability to still show your worth, show your accomplishments, and advocate for yourself. And if you don't need it, that's great. If you need support tools for your ability to do that, it's better to use the support and soften it rather than not to do it at all. So I'm not suggesting that you minimize your accomplishments in any way, but if you get stage fright and you're not going to do it at all, think of these as ways to begin your gateway. Yeah.
Ooh, the next one I really like. Know your worth. Research market salaries and industry benchmarks for your role and experience. Identify your unique valued proposition and document specific examples. Bring your wins to discussions with your manager and tactfully advocate for compensation or growth opportunities. The benefits of knowing your worth and doing these things increases your confidence in negotiating pay and promotions, and it helps you build a reputation as a valuable asset. And it's going to encourage intentional career growth.
You touched upon something that's so helpful, Jenny, is the data. Let the data speak for itself. So you phrased it, market data shows. Say that to your manager or whoever you need to negotiate with. And then that way it's not I want, it's
Yes.
there you go. Market
Yes.
value.
I love it.
And then when they argue with you, you can be like, so you don't want to give me what's fair, Martha?
Martha.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I bet, Martha Stewart would
Not want to give you what's fair.
not. I know. No, after watching that, she is an inspiration for going for your dreams and reaching your goals.